It's the college football world's favorite big cousin, Tater to what? Too real. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about why I believe the number 3 ranked Miami Hurricanes will defeat the number 19th ranked Florida State Seminoles, but this game will be a lot closer than people believe. Stay tuned. One of the best, most intense, most hated rivalries in all of college football history, the Florida State Seminoles and the Miami Hurricanes, finally has some meaning again. Now, Tater too real, what do you mean by that? If you grew up watching this rivalry back in the 80s, the 90s, hell, even the early 2000s, you're used to seeing both teams rank and this game actually meaning something. Fast forward to 2025 and you have that same exact scenario. Miami is ranked number 3 in the nation. Florida State is ranked number 19. They're both in the same conference, and this game has playoff implications if you're Florida State, because Florida State is coming off a 46-38 loss versus Virginia, and another loss will almost guarantee they won't make the college football playoffs. But if you're Miami, you're undefeated, so you can afford to have a loss. Not saying that Miami wants to lose against their in-state rival, but they have a little more wiggle room. And the reason why I'm telling you guys that this game is going to be a lot closer than people believe, if you go back and watch that Florida State versus Virginia game, you will see a lot of things that was not as bad as that 46-point total will make you to believe, right? When you look at the game and you see that Virginia scored 46 points, it's easy to say, man, this Florida State defense is trash, it's horrible, Miami is going to hang 50 on them. But when you really look at the stats, that game was more of what Florida State did to themselves versus what Virginia did to Florida State, if that makes sense. Because when you really analyze it, running back Jamari Taylor had a big game. He had 27 carries and he had 99 yards rushing, right? But again, he had 27 carries for 99 yards rushing. That's a little over 3 yards per carry. That's not exactly amazing. When you look at quarterback Chandler Morris, yeah, he threw for over 200 yards, but he also threw 3 interceptions. So like I was saying, also Florida State turned the ball over numerous times. Deuce Robinson bobbled the tying touchdown in overtime. So you have all these little nuances throughout that game to where Florida State could have easily won or took the lead late in that game, and they would not stop shooting themselves in the foot. Could you say that maybe Florida State was looking ahead past Virginia, looking ahead to this Miami game at home? Possibly. Were they just unprepared, not motivated to play Virginia? Possibly. But whatever the reason, that score does not really indicate how Florida State played in that game, right? They kept shooting themselves in the foot, and they also forced Virginia to turn the ball over a lot. I mean, Chandler Morris threw 3 interceptions. Jamari Taylor didn't have 100 yards rushing. So when you couple all that up and you compare that to Miami, to where, man, Carson Beck is good, but he is not as good as people making him out to be. He only threw for 160 yards versus Florida. He also threw an interception. They literally had to run the ball over 40 times to beat the Gators. And that game was 13-7 going into the fourth quarter. And let me remind you about this. DJ Lagway only threw for 60 yards that game, right? So DJ Lagway only threw for 60 yards and the score was 13-7 into the fourth quarter. So that is telling me that Carson Beck can be schemed out of a football game. And like I just mentioned about Florida State versus Jamari Taylor, who is Virginia running back, 27 carries for 99 yards. And I say that to say this: Miami is going to lean heavily on that big, strong, physical offensive line, headlined by Maui Yoga. And they're going to lean on running backs Shamar Brown, who was a FCS transfer. Also, they're going to lean on Mark Fletcher. So that is going to be 80% of their offense. So if Florida State is just able to load the box, slow down the running attack, and make Carson Beck beat them, they're going to have a great chance of not only making the game close, but winning, guys. And I really mean that. I'm not saying this just to say that. I am a lifelong Florida Gator fan, so I have no reason to say that about Florida State, but I definitely see a path to where Florida State can win this football game. Hell, the Gators almost did it when DJ Lagway threw for 60 yards. So it is not out of the realm of possibility that Florida State wins this football game. But I just honestly believe that Miami's defense, mainly that defensive line, Akeem Mesidor, Ruben Bain, Wesley Bassane at linebacker, so forth and so on, and their ability to run the football, control the line of scrimmage is going to be the key to them winning. Will I be surprised if Florida State pull off the upset at home? No. They're pissed off. They're motivated. They have one of the best offensive minds in college football as far as running the football, and Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator. Also, they have a quarterback in Thomas Castellanos, who is a true dual threat quarterback. He can run it, he can pass it. So I wouldn't be shocked if Florida State win this game, but I definitely see Miami winning this game based off defense, based off running the football. You guys let me know what you think. This is your favorite big cousin. Tater 2 what? Too real. Holla.